Once upon a time, 600 years ago, in a peaceful valley cradled by high mountains, a young monk named Kasyapa lived in a tranquil monastery. The monastery was a sanctuary of wisdom, where monks gathered to meditate and learn the ways of the Buddha. Kasyapa was known for his earnest nature and his eagerness to learn. He devoted his days to studying ancient texts, practicing mindfulness, and seeking enlightenment. Despite his dedication, there were moments when seeds of doubt and frustration took root within him. He longed for a deeper understanding, but often felt like he was just scratching the surface. One day, Kasyapa's teacher, an elderly monk known for his profound wisdom and insight, called him to accompany him on a journey. The teacher's eyes sparkled with a mischievous light, hinting at an important lesson ahead. As they walked down a dusty road, Kasyapa took in the sights of lush green fields and the distant sound of laughter from children playing. They soon came upon a fast-flowing river with no bridge in sight. The water churned wildly, reflecting the sun's rays like liquid silver. It was clear that crossing the river would be a challenge. The teacher, confident and composed, turned to Kasyapa and said, "I need you to carry me across this river." Kasyapa hesitated, uncertainty flooding his mind. "But Master, the water is so swift. What if I cannot keep you safe?" With a reassuring smile, the teacher replied, "It is not the water that matters, but your heart and resolve. Trust yourself, Kasyapa, for you possess the strength that transcends your doubts." Gathering his courage, Kasyapa nodded and lifted his teacher onto his back. Feeling the weight of his mentor on his shoulders awakened something within him. As he approached the river, he could almost hear the whispers of his doubts. Thoughts of failure loomed large, each wave crashing against the shore echoing his fears. Yet, as he stepped into the water, something magical happened. The water was cold and fierce, swirling around him with a powerful current. Kasyapa felt every drop like a nudge from the universe, urging him to embrace the moment. He focused not on the rushing water, but on the simple act of taking each step steadily and mindfully. With each stride, he whispered a mantra to himself, drawing strength from within. Faith, strength, purpose. The river was indeed daunting, but Kasyapa held tightly to his resolve. He felt his teacher's lightweight and steady presence, allowing him to focus entirely on the task at hand. Gradually, with determination in his heart, he found his rhythm. He navigated the obstacles, the slick stones, the turbulent waves, by concentrating solely on the process of moving forward. After what felt like an eternity and a series of rapid internal battles, Kasyapa finally reached the opposite bank. Breathing heavily with heart pounding, he gently set his teacher down on solid ground. The teacher looked at him with pride shimmering in his eyes. "Kasyapa," he said, "you are now enlightened." Confusion washed over Kasyapa. "But Master, I have not mastered any texts, nor have I achieved the profound insight you embody." His teacher chuckled, the sound like the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. True enlightenment is not found solely in texts or profound realizations. It resides in recognizing the power of the self. You face the current not just as a challenge, but as an opportunity. In that moment, you transcended doubt, you embraced your purpose, and that is the essence of enlightenment. Days passed in the monastery after the crossing, yet Kasyapa vividly remembered that moment. The wisdom imparted on the riverbank echoed within him. He contemplated the meaning of his experience during his daily meditations, slowly unraveling the deeper insights of his journey. Inspired by this newfound understanding, Kasyapa began to approach life with renewed vigor. He engaged with his fellow monks, sharing stories of his journey. In the temple, he watched as others struggled with their own doubts and fears, and he recounted his experience at the river, emphasizing the importance of faith in oneself and the power of movement, both physically and spiritually. One day, as the sun set in a blaze of colors, casting golden hues across the sky, Kasyapa was approached by a young monk named Ananda, who was visibly distressed. "Master Kasyapa, I feel lost and overwhelmed by the difficulties of my practice. I wish to see clearly, to grasp the essence of enlightenment, but I fear I am not worthy." Kasyapa smiled gently. "Ananda, I was once in your shoes. I too feared the river's current. What I learned is that the river of life will always have its challenges, but they are not meant to thwart us. It is through entrusting ourselves to the flow that we discover our true path. Encouraged by Kasyapa's words, Ananda was inspired to face his fears directly. The lessons from the great river resonated with him, illuminating the way beneath his own worries. He began to approach his practice with dedication, seeking balance and strength in each moment. As seasons turned, Kasyapa observed the transformation not only in Ananda, but also in other monks. They began to embrace what once felt daunting, crossing their own rivers, confronting their fears and doubts. The monastery became a vibrant center of growth, as knowledge and wisdom blossomed among the monks. Each one learned that the essence of their practice wasn't about escaping trials, but recognizing that struggles were invitations for growth. Years later, the elderly teacher returned to visit the monastery. He surveyed the flourishing spirit amongst the monks, and his heart swelled with pride. As he walked through the temple, he was greeted with smiling faces and joyful laughter, and he found Kasyapa sitting in quiet contemplation at the foot of a grand tree. "Kasyapa," the teacher said, "you have indeed embraced the essence of enlightenment. The true value lies not in ruling over knowledge, but in the heart's understanding and the strength to carry one another through life's rivers. I am grateful for your guidance, dear teacher. Each moment of embracing the struggle has deepened my understanding of both myself and those around me." The teacher smiled knowingly. "Remember, dear Kasyapa, it is not the answers you find, but the questions you embrace that reveal the path to wisdom." As the sun dipped under the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, Kasyapa felt a growing warmth within him. He had come to understand that life would continue to present its rivers, and with each crossing, he, alongside the monks, would cultivate compassion, strength, and understanding. In conclusion, this story reminds us that the journey to self-improvement and enlightenment is often met by challenges that may feel insurmountable. But like Kasyapa, we all have the strength to navigate our own rivers. Each obstacle offers us valuable lessons and depths of understanding if we choose to confront them. Believe in yourself and embrace each moment with conviction and grace, and you will find the path to your own wisdom and enlightenment.